What's cooking, guys? In this video, I'm going to show you an easy camera movement effect you can use in Premiere Pro that will make your still video look cinematic. So let's get into it. Alright guys, to get started, I have this clip of the bride and groom kissing right here. So I always film on a tripod for ceremonies and stuff like that, so it's always a still video because I need to give that to the couple. But when I'm creating this creative video in the end, like this highlight reel, I really don't like still video, but I love the shot. So I just want to add a little bit of camera movement to really give it that cinematic look and to make my creative highlight reel look really good. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my effects controls right here. If you don't see your effects controls, just always go up to Window and grab your effects controls right here. Now we can adjust our kind of position and our scale keyframes a little bit. No matter what kind of movement you're going to do, you're going to have to adjust your scale in because you're going to be moving it side to side, up and down, in and out. And if you don't scale it in a little bit at all, you're just going to get the black bars on the side. So you don't want that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the beginning of my clip. I'm going to make sure I hit the up arrow key to make sure I'm in the beginning. And if you can't do that, just make sure your layer is toggled. And I'm just going to start by toggling my scale right here, creating a keyframe, and I'm going to go to the end of my clip by hitting the down arrow key. Depending on how long your clip is, just go to the end of that clip, or how long you want the motion to be, go to the end of that part. And then you're going to want to adjust the scale in. Depending on how much you want to scale it, I'm going to adjust it to 150. And since you can't see it because it's already on the end of the clip, so it's on my second clip, so I'm going to hit the left arrow key once so you can kind of see how far I zoomed in. You want to zoom in to a good amount, but you don't want to go in so much where it's grainy or not enough where the effect doesn't even look like anything. This effect will work even better in 4K because you can scale it and not lose as much quality video. But for me, this is 1080 and I'm still able to scale into 150 and it looks perfect. So we're just going to watch this real quick on what the scale is. So it's kind of that natural zoom in effect, and then I start to kind of cut them off a little bit. So what you can also do is I can go to the beginning and adjust my position. And then I'm going to go to the end of my scale by hitting this go to next keyframe. And then I'm just going to go over left one more just so I can actually see it. And I'm going to just pull the X coordinate just a little bit to make it centered. And then you have this zoom, and then it's starting to slide a little left, kind of bringing in that emotion as they're kissing. And that's all you really need. And you could always adjust it a lot more, or bring in your keyframes a lot faster by just adjusting them a little bit. And then you can kind of get that faster pan to that left side. Or you can move the scale in as well because the motion's not fast enough. And then you kind of get something like that. And you can always highlight both your keyframes, right click on them, and just do ease out. Go to your other keyframes and then do ease in. And then it will kind of just do a little ramp a little bit as it goes in, and it'll kind of ramp out. Then you kind of get this motion like you're zooming in with your camera. Like, that actually looks really good. And I'm going to give you another example of just kind of a pan rather than a zoom. So I'm just going to hit both of my toggle animations, hit OK, toggle animation, turn both of those off to reset them. And then I'm going to just change my scale to 150. I'm just going to do a little pan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this by pulling it all the way to the right. And I'm going to create another keyframe and then go to the end of my clip again. And then I have to just hit one keyframe left so I can see. And then I'm going to pull this all the way to the other direction until I get off the screen over here. And it creates another keyframe. And then you have this kind of like left pan like you were on a tripod. And now you have this natural camera movement. And you can always just speed ramp these as well. Ease out. Ease in. And if you really wanted, you could hit this arrow down over here for the position and then grab this kind of line that you see here and pull this down. And you can really affect the line if you want. Maybe you want to go faster in the beginning and then kind of slower at the end. You could do something like this, where it kind of whips in like a camera movement and then kind of slows down, or the opposite. You can kind of just mess with that until you kind of get that natural camera movement that you're looking for your clip. But I think that looks actually pretty good, so I'm going to keep that. And of course, you can just adjust the position of the graph or the keyframes themselves to make them faster or slower, just like before, and maybe even add some scale or whatever you're really looking for to get that motion. All right, guys, that's all I got for you for this one. I hope it helped you out, and I hope this will make some of your still video look cinematic with just this easy camera movement effect in Premiere Pro. If you liked the video, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you want me to do a different type of video, leave it in the comments below. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.